Hi, thanks so much for joining me while I show you today's quick organizational tip. Every month I get these paper pumpkins, and once I finish the project I can't bear to throw away the box because they're so nice and sturdy. So I finally found a use and I store them to store my Stampin' blends. Let me show you how. I have enough Stampin' blends that I need 3 boxes, so I just kind of separate them by color families. I use whatever designer series paper I have to decorate the outsides of the boxes, and I also use my colored cardstock that coordinates with the actual Stampin' blend. So I'll show you how I do the insert of the box and then we'll come back to the rest. So to make the insert that goes inside your paper pumpkin box, you're going to need a piece of heavyweight cardstock that is approximately 26 inches long by 6 1/4 inches wide. Now you can use Stampin' Up! Has a heavy cardstock, you can use that. Or what I actually do is I cut down the pieces that come with your 12 inch by 12 inch cardstock. There's cardboard in the back of all of those. So I save those and I use those for a variety of things. And because those are 12 inches by 12 inches, you're going to need a little more than 2 of them to start with. So cut them down by 6 inches and then you can just glue them together. You'll see what I mean as we go. So you're going to start by scoring in from the wide edge from 1/2 inch. And then your next score line is going to be 1 1/2 inches away from the 1/2 inch score line. So in other words, from the edge of your cardstock, it's 2 inches. But for the purpose of this, it's always going to be from the last score. So then your next score line is going to be another 1 1/2 inches away from your last score line. And then your next score is 1/2 inch away from your last score line. So that this is what it's going to look like when you're done. You're going to have, you'll see 2 consistent widths of 1 1/2 inches each, then 1/4 inch, then 2 more at 1 1/2 inches, then 1/4 inch, and so on. When you're all done scoring, you're going to fold on your score line so that you have this hill and valley look. So where the 1 1/2 inch, you have 2 1 1/2 inches together. So you're going to put those back to back and you're going to glue those pieces together so that those represent your mountains. And then the valleys are those flat 1/2 inch spots that you've done, so that you're going to end up with an insert that looks like this. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your insert into the paper pumpkin box. So all I did was I used my tear and tape to put on the bottom of it so that it stayed nice and flat, so that when I took my markers in and out it wouldn't lift up. And I've had this together for a couple of years and so far so good. Then I'll take it one step further. So right here I have the Granny Apple Green. So I took the Granny Apple Green cardstock and then I cut a piece of it about 1/2 inch by, I believe, about 4 inches, and I just lined it above the Stampin' blend so that I could see the colors. And then I did the same thing on the outside of the box as well. Once I glued the strip of cardstock above each of the coordinating pens, then I wrote the name of the Stampin' blend color on it so that I could see the name of it. And then it just helps me coordinate any other inks should I want to pull out my ink pads or paper. Of course, you can use any size box that you have. I just use these because they were the perfect size for the Stampin' blends. Mine are starting to get rather well worn by now, but they've lasted me a couple of years. And then, so when I'm working and I need a color, all I have to do is turn to look at the outside of my box. I can see which box I need, and then I pull it out. And these boxes also are perfect because it will hold both your light and your dark one on top of another inside the box. So I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit, and let me know how you store your blends.